ladies and gentlemen, dear young generation of Azerbaijan. When I came here on my way, I today realized that we have chosen one of the heaviest traffic days in Baku. So what I faced related to my topic, we are the change, I tried at the traffic to ask someone standing beside me with his car to find for an alternative way to come here. So what is the action? What you should do is, first of all, you have to communicate with him. And the international sign for opening the window is, can you open your window? And for years, for more than 20, 25 years, we are using cars that have buttons for it, where you can push and the windows open. And I remembered a very famous phrase of a comedian, which I like personally. And I tried to do it because of my topic today. So in the traffic, I waited the person to look at me, and then I went like, and this person looked at me like a crazy guy and didn't stop and didn't open his window. So I started to think about why are we using cars for more than 25 years with these buttons, but we are not able to change simple signs. This is not a procedure, this is not a policy, this is not a legislation, it's just an unwritten sign language by us, but we are not able to change it, yes? And the change, the pace of change is never slowing down. Today, it is the slowest which we will face in our future life. And for you, as a young generation, I work also with students of Baku Higher Oil School as a lecturer for 7 years in process automation and digitalization. And I am one of the responsible management team members for SOCAR's digital transformation. And what we face is, and what you will face at this stage of your life, what should I study? Is it computer engineering? Is it data science? Is it being a good doctor, journalist, etc.? So colleagues before me spoke about the future, what is expecting, how AI will replace things. So what I want to talk about is more about the change, how we should challenge these platforms. So before starting that, I would like to start with a small experiment, and all of you, even our live streamers, can be a part of it. I will show some numbers one by one. They will come in the screen. If you are not able to see, I will tell the numbers with loud voice. What I want you to do is just to add the numbers you see. Okay? For example, if I show the number 1 and then the number 4, you think about the number 5. It's the sum of it. You just add them. You just sum them up, and at the end you will see a red line. Once you see the red line, I ask all of you, please, to scream the number you are thinking about, what the sum is, okay? So, we're starting, 1,000. Everyone thinks for himself, and at the end we will just loudly say the number, okay? 1,000, for example, 1,030 now in your brain. 1,000 again. Can you see it there? Okay. 40. Okay, I hear a lot of numbers, but mainly I hear two numbers. It's 5,000 and it's 4,100, and those are the numbers which I predicted. What happens here in the last transaction, what do you have here? It's 4,090 plus 10. It's not 5,000, it's 4,100. It's just a simple mathematical question, and you are in your last year dreaming about studying in MIT and other universities. But why is that? Because our brain, a part of our brain, has a function which is called the executive function, which focuses on certain things and helps us to do things, to get things done. For example, my executive function now, my brain tells me you have 9 minutes left, you should take care with the camera, you should look to the audience, etc. So when I told you the example is about the 5,000, you start to focus about the number 5,000, and you cannot concentrate on the last transaction. So how our brain works, our colleagues talked already about the parts of the brain. So for us, what we matter most is safety. There is a certain part in our brain called the amygdala part of it. It's a part of the limbic system. This part, easily said, takes care of us when we are in a danger, when we have to be in a safe environment, when we see the danger, our brain sends certain signals to our body, pushes adrenaline to it, so we hear better, we see better, we can protect us much better. And the example, what I wanted to give you as a second example is, we have already, all of us have faced it, I'm sure. So when we go to sleep, there is a certain phase when we fall from being awake into a phase getting asleep. And right at that moment, when we want to sleep, suddenly something happens and we make this move. Our foot or our feet, both of them, try to tell us something. What is that reflex? This is something we have, at that moment, we have the feeling we were falling down from somewhere, from some height in our dream, but we cannot think about it, yes? This is something which we as humanity bring with us for more than thousands or 10,000s of years. When we had no warm beds, and the humanity, all the humans at that time slept on trees, they were in danger, the animals were attacking, and these were the reflexes where your brain wants to help you so you don't fall from the tree, or you can protect yourself, or you can run away. Imagine 10,000s of years our brain works like this, and we are expecting now our brain to adapt to change, a lot of complexities at the work, business processes, daily life matters. So it is normal by nature that change means resistance, okay? Because change always brings us out of our comfort zone. So this is what our brain always looks first. Safety, comfort zone, and if we lose that safety and security and have to leave our comfort zone, the first reaction which we show is exactly this resistance, okay? We can talk about many things. We think that our values are justice, but if we just look around what is happening in the world, is it really justice? Are we as humanity doing our job well? I'm not sure. And we all know the answers that as a human we are not doing the things correct. But what are we doing? We are continuing our daily life because our safety matters first, okay? This has been always like this. Resistance has always been there. There have been 4 industrial revolutions. All of them have a very similar approach. In all of them, people resisted to it. There were revolutions against it. People tried after the first and second industrial revolutions to destroy factories, plants, because why? They thought it will take their job away, it will replace them. But what we have seen in all of the industrial revolutions have always created more and more opportunities. Okay? They have brought us many new areas where we have achieved new breakthroughs. So this is just a simple graphic to see also the good news that as a human, we are doing much better now. We are adapting to technologies much quicker than before. For example, there is a number, 50 million users. So if you can see about the technologies, when the first airline was launched, it took 64 years to reach 50 million users. Means the person number 50 million buying a ticket for a plane, it took 64 years. With a telephone, which is a main part of our life today, it took around 50 years. And with the new technologies, it got shorter and shorter. Facebook, for example, reached 50 million numbers in 4 years. Okay, there was a simple game, maybe some of you have already played it, Pokemon Go, which was in kind of augmented reality game, where you have to look for Pokemons around in a real part of the world. It took 19 days to reach 50 million users, yes? So what is happening? We are adapting much quicker, but what I think personally is our main problem, we are not approaching the change strategically. We have no time to think. The question, what else can I do? Why is it like this? We are not being able with this frequency of changes to think about it. Imagine you are sitting at your job and think about something, and suddenly your boss comes in and you are just sitting there and thinking. The first impression he will do, he will not be happy. So people try always to look busy, jumping from change to change. But we should really think strategically rather than acting firefighting, okay? All the needs are important. All the needs have highest priority if you work in big enterprises or corporations. But you should think strategically how you should prioritize them. Talking about technology which will replace us. It cannot change the page. Okay. So what is expected from us? Sorry. What is expected from us? All of us are using probably ChatGPT, young generation, especially in school, writing essays, writing emails. Even we at the work are using ChatGPT or other search engines. Actually, this Google or ChatGPT, these are not search engines. These are answering engines, okay? Your main ability to survive in this new era will be asking the right questions. Only then these tools can be able to solve your problems. If you cannot ask the right questions, you will never find the right answers to it. And machines in the near future will not be able to replace people. With this ongoings in the world now, I think to reach this computational power, we need much more time than humanity finishing itself. This is my opinion. Asking the right question is very important. And with this, you should start to break the rules. There are many famous examples to it. One of them I want to shortly mention. There is a waiting room in a doctor's registration, and 6 people are sitting there doing this experiment, waiting for their turn, and then they are all a part of the experiment. And every minute there is a sound which goes like beep, and then they stand up, look around, and sit down. And the experiment starts when someone new comes to the room and has no idea about the experiment, sits down, and then suddenly this sound again comes in, beep, and all of them stand up, and this guy turns around, looks around, and stands up with them together. And these iterations go on every time a new person comes in, and after 6, 7 iterations, you have an image where all of them are new, and all the people who started the experiment have left. So it goes on like this, that the signal comes, the beep sound comes, and everyone stands up, but nobody asks each other why, and nobody knows the answer why we are standing up. This is the exact thing what we face in big enterprises, corporations today. There are certain business processes, policies on places, but are they needed now? Can we optimize them? Can we simplify them? Sometimes people are just afraid to ask it, because it has been like this since years. I'm not saying it's wrong that it has been like this. Everything has its own reason, especially in big enterprises. It has gone through a certain level of approvals, management reviews. At that time, maybe it was the best approach. But is it the same today? Do we have any technology in place which can simplify it? So these are the main things we should really focus on and try to break rules. My last message for today is choose to change, okay? Otherwise, the change will choose you, because there is no other way. As naturally, if we lead the changes ourselves, if we are the ones who drive the change, who have set the goals, who relate it to our values, then we love the change. We do it. We go to sport, we change our fitness, we get in shape, we love it. But if we are not doing it at work, someone will come and change you. What happens then? You start with your negativity, the resistance comes in play. So that's why enjoy life, enjoy the change. That's it.